Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back in Kerbal Space Program. This is, as you know from the title, my hard mode Kerbal Space Program, and just to explain what that means I am playing on the hard difficulty and then I turn down the science a further 30%. Other than that, this is pretty darn close to a stock game. The only mods I've really added on here really are beautification mods and mods to help with the UI. So if you are following along and you are playing just a stock game, you should be actually fine just with that. So just to explain kind of what's going on right here and what we have coming up, this is the Kegel 1. This is my moon lander that is meant to be used over and over again. I built it pretty small. It can only hold a single Kerbal, but it is all scienced up, and the idea is to get it into a polar orbit about the moon. I got the injection here set up. I'll have to do a correction in just a little bit. We will then bring some Kerbals and dock with it. And then the eventual plan with all of that is to build a station 2 that this thing can dock to, so that we can keep refilling it, keep going down to the moon, and really start mining the science that is there. That is the plan, and that will carry us over probably a couple of streams, because in low orbit about Kerbin, just to sort of put all of these pieces together, I have a space station right here. And docked to that space station is the Cerberus. This is a 4-crewed vessel, and it is meant to be a vessel to stay in orbit and travel between the moon and Kerbin and potentially out to Minmus as well. And so the idea is to get some crew up to that, take that ship, rendezvous with that, land with our lander, land down on the moon, come back up, come back home. Eventually, though this won't happen today, the plan will be to have a station about the moon as well. So that's all pretty ambitious, and in fact, it gets a little more ambitious than all of that. The Cerberus, which is in low orbit about Kerbin, is pretty low on fuel, so I'm going to have to bring up a supply of fuel as well, and I've yet to build the vessel to be doing that. So lots of things happening, but why don't we get started with this correction burn that's coming up in about an hour and 3 minutes, and saying hello to all of the people that have just joined us. Thank you, welcome aboard, and yeah, let's just kind of get going with this. So out we go. Again, this is just a correction to put us into this orbit right here. And there's no reason for this to wait to get down to 0. This is not time sensitive, so we'll just start this right away. This whole insertion part shouldn't take long. Next step is the fuel barge. Next step is to get some Kerbals out here. Hopefully all of those steps will go pretty well. Hello, Liam. Glad you can join us. Because the one thing, I've been doing okay as far as banging off contracts, but what I've not been doing is the science piece. I've really been kind of lacking on that piece of it. Okay, I'm just going to click that. What am I going for, by the way? 20 kilometers. That seems reasonable. That seems very reasonable. Ooh, I'm fine with that. Almost 20 kilometers. We'll close that. And let's get back to this guy. Put it back on that north vector just for the sun. Once we are in an eclipse right now. I hope I've been burned with eclipses before, but I think I got more than enough batteries aboard this thing. And a trick I learned, learned this just yesterday on my Discord, is and especially considering I'm playing this with no reverts, I can't quick save, so if something goes wrong. And the other thing is, like, if I hit the stage button, which of course is the space bar, the biggest button on my keyboard, this vessel will separate from this, and then the whole mission is going to be kibosh. But apparently, and I've never put this to the test, if I just click on the little green light down here, does that lock the staging? Somebody told me that. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. What if I push I know Alt and L is supposed to lock staging. There it goes. Okay, so clicking on it doesn't seem to do it, but Alt L, and I had to look this up just this morning because I always forget that shortcut, locks the staging. You can see the light has changed to this purple color, but the clicking on it doesn't seem to work. Okay, so I thought I learned something, but it doesn't seem to work, or I'm missing something. I don't know. But anyway, right now the staging is locked, so that's a good thing, because I don't think we'll be staging it for a while yet, not till we're ready to go down to the moon. Okay, we are warping to here. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. Why not lower? That's a very good question Oliver just asked. Like, I'm going for a 20-kilometer orbit. The reason I'm not going lower, and I don't know, like, I haven't really made the decision yet. Like, once, you know, we can, but if you go down from a lower altitude, it is cheaper. There's no question about that. But I do eventually want to have a station in the same orbit. And so I was worried about putting the station in too low of an orbit. But because it's I don't know. Maybe I'm worrying about it for no reason. Maybe the station is better in a really low orbit. Oh, see now what are we thinking about? The green button with the rocket symbol, somebody says. The green button with the rocket, this guy? Yeah, but that doesn't change the staging locking there. Okay. I could put it in, I'm just thinking about potentially in the future when there's a station there coming off the surface and rendezvousing with said station, which this lander's going to have to do repeatedly. And so what do you think is better, a really low orbit, a really high orbit? Because yes, from a high orbit, it's more expensive to get down, but then it's more of a pain to rendezvous. So that's why I in the past, I've done 50 kilometers, but I said, you know what, that's too high. I'm coming lower to 20. I don't know, 20 seems okay. I'm going to stick with 20. I'm just going to stick with it. My periapsis is still good. So let's just circularize down here. I don't know what other people think. If I'm better off going lower. That's all I'm thinking about is the rendezvous. You know what, maybe lower, and when I rendezvous, go into a higher orbit and come back down. But not as high as 50. Because coming in under 20 is going to be a pain too. You know what? Okay, you've convinced me. Or I've convinced myself, or somebody's convinced me. I'm going to bring this altitude down to maybe a little lower. Let's make it 15 kilometers. I honestly think I'm probably fussing way too much. I'll turn this thrust limiter way down. $15 kilometers. I know it says 14 on the Delta V maps, but 15's a nice rounder number. There we go. All right. Now let's set this up. I don't know how much of a difference it all makes. Add a maneuver. Where are we at here? Oh, we still got to come lower than this. Play a little bit with the timing. Whenever you see the two peri... Oh, they're... No. See how the periapsis is over there? That's telling you that you aren't quite on your periapsis. So if you can just adjust the timing. Oh, wow. The little bit of time change made a big difference. Okay, I think I'm pretty much... Oh, I'm pretty much at 15 by 15. That's why it's hardly making any difference. Or that's why they're jumping around like they are. Just a sec. There we go. Whoops. Come back. Again, speaking about fussing too much, I think I'm doing it again. Good enough. Alright, right now it's a 4-minute because I turned this down so far. Let's change that. 21 seconds? Sure, why not? Keep it pointing south. Yeah, if you're building a refinery, I know it's just The lower it is, the cheaper it is, but then the lower it is, the more nuisance it is to do a rendezvous sometimes. That's again all I'm thinking about. Lower is cheaper. There's no doubt about it. I've gone 15 kilometers. I'm gonna stick with it now. Okay, let's get down there, get this done. This first landing is going to be easy because I'm going to have all the fuel that's still left in this thing to do a good chunk of the landing. Because once I perform this burn, this thing's in its orbit. All right, where are we at? 20 seconds to the burn. Yeah, traditionally, Rob's saying he uses certain altitudes for certain purposes, but I've always, I don't know, in a whole pile of previous games, I put my moon stations at 50 kilometers, but that is too high. 3, 2, 1, and go. It makes the landing more expensive. Okay. Let's just get this onto here last time and then just finish this off. That's good enough. More than good enough, in fact. Okay, we will put this on the north. And again, I want it to be just going to follow that north circle until it's pointing straight up and down on the screen. And then when it's back into the sun, this will be in a good orientation. There's still 475 meters per second of fuel left in here, plus the 1641 in the lander, so there'll be no problem getting down to the surface and back up again, but what it's missing is some Kerbals. So let's get to the Space Center and start working on rectifying that. Oh, I'm being asked how the fishing trip was. Yes, that was a couple of weeks ago. I went on a fishing trip with my 3 brothers. The fishing trip was fantastic. It was ice fishing up on Lake Nipissing, which is in I always feel funny saying Northern Ontario, because I think when I say Northern Ontario in Canada, people not in Canada think that I'm talking like Hudson Bay, and I'm not. I'm just talking like maybe 4 hours or so north of Toronto. But we call that Northern Ontario here. I'm gonna go spaceplane hangar. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had not a lot of fish were caught, I'll say that much, but it was good company, a lot of beer and a lot of cards being played. That's what it was. Okay, so what I want to do, let's get that. This is Kerbin Station as it stands right now, other than the fact that I do have a vessel called the Cerberus attached to it. And what I want to do is build something to fill this up. This holds 720 units of liquid fuel and the equivalent amount of oxidizer, and that will fill up the Cerberus, I think, a few times. Yeah, 3 times. I think I got it here somewhere. No, only twice. But either way, it's pretty good. So what I'm thinking, you know what I could do? You know what would be epically simple? And simple is good. I know what. Is to go over to the, let's get rid of this. Go to here. Open up the actual fuel barge vessel, or fuel module, I probably called it. Kerbin Station fuel module or something like that. Who the heck knows what I called it? Kerbin Station fuel module. And what I want to do is keep this more or less here. Let's yeah, let's lose all of this. And we're going to lose lights. We're going to lose... Oh, I have to keep the RCS. Have to keep that. Lose the lights here. So what I'm just going to do is do that. And then build a beefier booster. And hopefully be able to get it up. Now, I'm noticing the textures on the fairings. If you leave these on the stock textures, they get messed up. That is the... I find silver doesn't. That is the turd mod. That's really cool. It adds all kinds of neat textures. That's why I'm getting the gold colors and all that stuff there. But by the same token, doesn't seem to like fairings. So the idea of this is build something that's going to not include this fuel. So I'm just going to turn that off, but can get this into orbit. So let's see if we can build. This is 1.875 meters. What's up, Mike? What is up is I am trying to build myself right now a fuel barge that will get itself up to Kerbin Station. So what do we? Is this a? This is a reasonably efficient. I'm worried I got. Oh, that's way more thrust than I need. So maybe just like a Reliant. There are reaction wheels up in here, right? Yeah. 508. That's not enough, but a lot of thrust. So I can go to a bigger can. I do have... like, no, that doesn't work. Go something like that. No, I'm looking for something around 1,000 or so. What if we went with this, and then I got this guy to make a transition to this? That's not nearly enough, so we're going to take that off. Go to that. Okay, how about a go big or go home type of situation? We have this guy. What's that like with the Reliant on the bottom? That's kind of what I'm talking about. And I'm only thinking about a carrier. And the reason why I'm thinking about going to 2.5 is because then I'll go to 2.5 meters for the lifter. And thrust to weight is more than adequate. All right, so next. Oh, I want myself. I now have those, whatchamacallums. Oh, I only have the 1.875 meter engine plate. You stinker. You stinker pants. Okay. So I can't do the transition in a pretty way. Fine, be that way then. Oops. Control said that. That's all I wanted to take off. Alright, so I thought I had a 2.5 meter engine plate. I do not, so instead what I'm going to do is... try and do something adequate in the 1.875 meter range. Let's go with this one then. And then we'll transition up on the way. So now I do have the bigger... this one. Yep. That's good. That's good. Like that. That'll make the transition to the next stage a lot cleaner. So now I'll put on this guy to go to the bigger size. There we go. We can make it smaller. That's perfect. Yep. Now, every once in a while you run into someone who's like Inuit and they kind of snicker when we talk about Northern Ontario. Oh, okay, what I should do, just notice this. This needs balanced RCS, so let's go with that. Most of this fuel will be gone. And thruster. Well, I'll just copy these. Isn't that the better solution? Kind of balance these a little bit. Can use the RCS Build Aid. I have it. Why not use it to try and balance the torque here a bit? So what I'm looking at is that torque number. Oops. It needs to be more like this. So, there we go. That torque number right there. Okay, don't need that no more. Put the fuel back. And does this have show actuation toggles? Nope. Yaw, pitch, and roll should be disabled. It's always a good plan. You don't need the RCS for that. Okay, now that goes on. Now let's build ourselves a booster. These should get staged at the same time. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's get bigger. So I need a total delta V, I don't know, 37, 38, 100, something like that. This is my biggest tank I got. What happens if I put something like the skipper underneath that? Not big enough, and not enough thrust either. Okay, so we gotta go bigger still. Now, do I have... I don't think I have a more powerful engine than my skipper. I do not. So we're going to need to get into some... Okay. Okay, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Still go bigger. So we're gonna have to put some radial boosters on the side of this. Probably just an array of skippers. Might work well. I'm starting to wonder if I just have too much engine on this. I'm starting to come to that conclusion a little bit. But I think I'm gonna live with it. Okay, what's that? That's a good DV for an upper stage. I still need more fuel on there. So what I'm just thinking, it's gonna be ugly, but nothing wrong with ugly. Couple of these and another maybe pair of these. Do I have any good decent nose cones to go on those? Oh, I do have the really big nose cones. That's it. You know what I really like? I really like the slanted fuel cans, but I don't have those yet. Oh, I could use these. Okay, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see. What's this like with these on there? You know, we put all three motors at the same time, and we used a bit of fuel lines to do this. This is feeling like, oh no, it's not that much. A lot of thrust. So I can go with, nope, these. That's more than enough. It doesn't hurt to bring up too much, right? I don't think so. Too much is never a problem. And something on the top for aerodynamic purposes. Is this a 2.5 meter part? Poop, it is. Do I not have any kind of 1.875 meter nose cone? Really? Really, really? How do you do that? This way. That size. Do I not have a nose cone that'll fit on there? Just fuel tank adapters. Fine. I can deal with that then. We can put on a couple of these. And then simply... That's the... Yep. Where are my regular boring nose cones? Oh, they're in the other next size down, of course. Those ones. Ugh. Do I have reaction wheels? No, I do not. The only reaction wheels, I got little bitty guys there, and that's it. So you're making up a very good point there with the reaction wheels. I do have the 1.25 meter reaction wheels. The question becomes, well, I know where I'm going to stick them. We're going to stick them right underneath this engine. Thinking. Yeah, that is where we're going to stick them. We're going to stick them right under there. Like that. Anyway, plenty of delta V, plenty of thrust, right? Oh yeah, we're good. This is going to be, so this is a fuel barge. That's all I'm going to call it. Its whole job is to deliver fuel. We'll clean it up a little bit. Make it not completely unattractive. Okay, let's look at our staging. So we have all these motors are going on at launch. So plenty of thrust there. And then those will stage, that'll stage. I'll check on the fairings in a little bit. This thrust at the beginning is way too high, so we're going to just turn that down. There we go, that's something more appropriate. Okay, what can we do with this? What can we do with this? We could go just, it's all shiny. Let's, yeah, what happens if I do that? I don't want to go into the full recolor. I don't want to spend that much time with it. What about this guy? Sir, oh, there's no color options at all there. Maybe some small little tail fins for just a hint of aerodynamics. A suggestion of aerodynamic. This there. And I don't know, what do you think? Short and fat. Rocky? No, short and fat is great. I'm a big fan of short and fat. I need some struts though. Need some struts. Need some struts. The issue with tall and pointy is the lack of a very powerful engine on the bottom. Yeah, I think that looks better. What about the fuel lines? Can I do anything with them? Guys in their own stage. And also the fairings, do I have them on the gear action group? That's what I typically do. So on the gear action group, we lose that fairing, and we lose this fairing. Okay. Yeah, auto struts, I don't know. We'll see. I got these struts. I think it's fine. I don't know. I'm a minimalist when it comes to the auto strutting. It just feels semi-cheaty. Probably not fairly, but there we go. Anyway, I'm gonna go with this fella. Unless there's something really. Yeah. I'm gonna go that, and we're gonna launch. It ain't pretty, but it's KSP, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, now I do have to find the station. There it is. Let's set it as a target. I'm just noticing I'm doing this at night. I hope that's okay with everybody. Station's coming up pretty close. And then this should be the only thing I'm building today, because there are going to be more launches to get up our Kerbals. But that ship is ready to go. We'll have to pick a crew. That's all it is. So there we go. SAS on. Can I change the shroud to a lower diameter? I don't think I can change the length of the shroud. But I didn't think I could change the diameter of the shroud. Well, I mean, I had lower diameter shrouds, if that's what you are after there. I'm always a little bit behind on the chat. Anyway, whatever. I'm committed now. Let's just do this. So, boom. Oh, throttle up. Oh my gosh. That's an essential component. A little bit of throttle. Certainly sounds good. I like the sound of it. Knock her over. Again, due to limited technology, I do not have a lock to prograde option. So I'm just going to have to manually follow that prograde vector. I could try just letting the sea fly on its own passively. I did one of those last week. But this rocket is way too ugly to deserve such a possibility. I am falling over, I think, a little bit too quickly, so I'm kind of hanging towards the back side of the prograde vector here a little bit. I think I'm doing okay. Okay, getting reasonably close to that first stage separation. Oh, why'd I do that? Oh my gosh. I don't have an explanation for that. Wow. I mean, it came out okay, but hopefully I didn't throw away too much fuel. Okay, I do have in my short-circuiting mind a bit of an explanation for why that just happened. Is I was looking at my time to prograde and thinking, I should probably reduce throttle soon. And then instead of reducing throttle, what did I do? I staged. Why that happened, I don't know. Well, other than a brain fart. I'm hoping I didn't throw away too much fuel. But we'll find out. Advanced staging. I meant to do that. I meant to do that. Okay, wait, I need more throttle. It's the new technique, you know. Alright, we're probably can lose some fairings in a moment. I'll try and do this one right. That is with the gear action group. Okay, let's do that. So gear. Oh, and I got a nose cone stuck to me. Of course I do. What I normally would do would stick a Sepratron under this to blast that nose cone away, but I have not unlocked them yet. And we are about to lose the next stage. Which is fine. Okay, we're on to our last one here. I think we're fine. It was overbuilt to begin with. Remember, this Delta V does not include all this fuel. I turned that off. That's just cargo. So I think I'm going to make it up there easy. Not a problem. So I see in the chat there being asked what's going on. We are bringing up a stack of fuel up to Kerbin Station. And this fuel is to fuel the vessel that is up there, our Cerberus. And so I'm almost at 80 kilometers here. Boom. Okay. Can I lose my... yeah, there goes the nose cone. And then we'll bring up some crew, and the mission is to go to the moon and land on it. But it's going to happen in a number of stages. We did have a bit of a staging mishap. But I think the staging mishap is going to be mostly inconsequential. At least we certainly hope so. Now, I have no lights aboard, do I? No. I took them all off. Not quite in orbit yet, but pretty close. Do I have an antenna? I do. Oh no! Oh no, I forgot about this issue. Okay, let's extend the antenna and I'll explain the issue. Hopefully it won't be an issue. Oh, it just came back. I've had an issue with communication. The connection with my relays about Kerbin is a little bit on the weak side, so my communication network drops out now and again. It just actually dropped back. I solved that with some other ships by putting 2 of these communitrons on it. Unfortunately, this was a modification of an older vessel, and I forgot to make the change on this one. But I think we're okay right now. Hopefully it'll remain so. Okay, so this is just to finish off our circularization. What did our inclination come out to be? 0.1. I think that's good. My periapsis is positive, so this will be like almost nothing. Boy, I do miss lock to prograde though. I'll tell you that. Alright, we're cutting it there. Putting this on north. Well, I mean, there's still 6... Oh my god, I seriously overbuilt. The 623 meters per second, even with the staging mishap. So I got more than enough fuel to get to the station, that's for sure. Okay, let's set up the drift burn over there. There-ish, there-ish. Oops. Just let me get the timing of this all right. Okay, 1.8 kilometers. I'm a little off with my inclination, I'm assuming. Yeah, it looks that way. Alright, and that burn's coming up in just 12 minutes. 12 and a half minutes. We'll turn this down. Would I be considered building a SSTO? I do like building, especially low orbit SSTOs. I'm not big into building SSTOs to go further than that. I find that actually a lot of fun. Here's my issue though with building an SSTO. Is I am playing this game with no quick saves, no reverts. So if I were to build an SSTO, well, number one, landing them is always... I don't know. I always quick save before I finally put them down on the runway. And so that's going to make me nervous right off the bat. But more so that I think more of what the problem is going to be is I have to build it and fly it in one go. No testing, no reorient. You know what I mean? Like, and I've never even come close to that. I always find building SSTOs takes a lot of tweaking and iterating. And without the ability to revert, you know, I could build one... fly it, throw it away, see what to change. Like, I think it defeats the entire purpose of having an SSTO, you know, because I think the development of it would be so expensive. Not only that, but risky to the Kerbals. So I think this whole series is probably going to be SSTO free. I mean, the only thing I can think of, sorry, I overcooked that just a smidge, there, is if I built one outside of the game, outside of this game, and then just imported it in. But I don't know if I like doing that. So I think without the ability to quick save and revert, I think SSTOs are just, I find they're too risky. At least of me. Maybe I'm a wimp. I've already killed Jeb in this series, for goodness sakes. And in fact, I killed Jeb by trying to make a reusable primitive tourist ship that I could land with parachutes and stuff, and it didn't go well. Okay, F4. Do I have? There it is. Why does that always turn off? I hate that. Okay. Push that way. Back on the dark side again. About 36 meter separation. So all I'm going to do is dock this, probably transfer over some fuel, and then we'll bring up a couple of Kerbals. There's actually a rescue to perform, too. Might think of that. There's a Kerbal to be rescued in low orbit. There's another one in high orbit, but I don't think that one's going to be part of the mission here. But we might as well pick up the low orbit one. Okay, station is starting to come into view. Throttle. Okay, I just want to slow down a bit and give myself some time to select docking ports and all of that jazz. Okay, control from here. Here, let's slow down even more. That should do it. Okay, switch over to the other vessel. Select that. Switch back. Set that as a target. And I guess I'm coming to the south, it looks like. Come on, get rid of that. Okay. Get your fingers in the right spots. South is this way, but it's retrograde, so it's this way. Okay, slow down. You know what? Just do it. Do it all. Do what you can on the main engine here. It's, Okay, I do have the station hopefully still oriented along the north-south axis, so I'm hoping... We got it. We got this. There we go. That's what's nice about orient the station along the north-south axis, along that normal vector, is you just got to put it right here north on the horizon, and you should have your docking port all lined up. Okay, wonderful. All right, so let's do a little bit of fuel So this is my vessel up here, the Cerberus. So what I want to do is fill up their fuel cans. I think there's just 3. This one, and this one. Okay, and I'm going to empty out the actual transfer vehicle first. Maybe we don't have to get too far into this. No. So out. Out. Fill that up. Watching a live stream and playing at the same time to maximize the KSP experience. Maximize your dopamine. Alright, so I'm hoping I can lose... It'd be lovely to lose all of this, to be honest. There's a lot on this station right now. Okay, so that's that tank empty. There's still this tank here, but I might use that as my get out of here fuel. So let's go to this one. Start emptying this out. I might still have fuel left over. How much is left in... Well, we'll see in a sec. And that will have... Oh, wait a minute. There's RCS up here, too. I should do that. Okay, so that is the fuel part all filled up. And there is a monopropellant can there. A monopropellant can here. And... I think there's no monopropellant in that. There's no monopropellant in that. No, so just so that's not much. Let's just take one of these and out it. Out that monopropellant. Okay, so that's the Cerberus completely fueled. Now what I'd like to do next is... Oh, this is completely empty. Good. So we'll be able to put all of this into there. Alright, and then we'll just lose this whole thing. That works. That works. Yeah, so right now we're filling up the main tank. Okay, and what I think... I'm going to also empty this. And then I'll... Oh, yeah, we can get out of here on monopropellant. Oh, a little bit left over, but you know what? That's okay. We can use that to deorbit. And there's a little bit of monopropellant aboard. So there are... Where do I have my... There it is. There's these 4 little... Might as well fill up everything we got. This thing will be all ready for our Kerbals. And like I said, this tank, the Cerberus, is full now, and this tank will fill it up another 2 times. So this is good for 3 missions of the Cerberus. So won't have to be doing this a whole heck of a lot. Why is that there? Out. I'd also love to unlock some bigger docking ports so I can actually build something that's not as... Oh, that's empty. That one. Not as dorky. Not just in a line. I want to build some sort of hub so that things are coming off in different angles. Okay, those are full. That's it. We transferred over everything we could. So, is there... Nope. Nope, nope. Nothing in there. That's just talk about store. Okay, we'll undock. Undock this. SAS, RCS, back away. Still at 19 meters per second left in this thing, so we got rid of most of the fuel. Almost all of it, in fact. Okay, that's that, and then the rest of this we'll do on RCS. Just like that. Takes a little bit of time, but... I've seen the word stop! Yeah, the RCS... I just filled up the RCS storage on the station. If I did something really bad, it's probably too late to do anything about it now. Check if the station's fully loaded. The station was fully loaded. Oh, we are out. We are dry of all propellant. Okay. I got my periapsis down to 50, so I don't think that's enough for the game to remove it automatically. So I think what I'm going to have to do is kind of stick with it and watch it burn up. That's okay. We're all good with that, right? No, I'm pretty sure I checked the station was fully loaded. If it's not, it's a little late now. It's a lot late now. Watching stuff burn is one of my favorite things. Now, to be honest, we are very likely not to see anything. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing explodes on this. I'm just looking at all the pieces. I think it's just going to make it to the surface intact. Yeah, there's a... So the periapsis got down to about 50 kilometers. And I'm pretty sure if I left it, it would have just stayed in that orbit. The game doesn't think that's low enough. You have to get it down below 40 or something. I can't quite remember where the cutoff is before the game just automatically deletes it and assumes it got destroyed. It seems a little silly that 50 wouldn't destroy it because, I mean, look at this. But I bet you anything, nothing's going to blow up here. Oh yes, Firefly. I gotta look into that. I've been seeing some people's videos on Firefly. That's a good idea. That might be something to think about for next week, to put in some Firefly. Okay, I saw that antennas broke. I had an antenna deployed. It broke, but nothing else is gonna break. About 26 kilometers is what's needed. Yeah, that sounds about right. Tabby cat. All right. Fortunately, it's going to be a ground hit, or a nighttime hit on the ground. Now, here comes the question. Place your bets. Is all of this going to get destroyed? Or is it like going to do a bounce and there'll be pieces left over rolling around? Slowed down a lot. It's at 150 meters per second. It's still dropping. All right, here we go. And this is going to leave a big mess. Yeah. Oh. Oh. We have... There we go. The ship survived because the probe body survived. This is still a ship. Oh, there's a piece over here, too. What is that coming at us? Rolling down the hill. Oh, it's a... It's a monopropellant ball. That makes a good rolling ball, doesn't it? All right. Okay, let's recover. So if there was a very little Kerbal in that probe body, would have been able to walk away. Yeah, I got to think. I am going to look at CCAN or Firefly. Unfortunately, my CCAN is busted. I've never had that happen to me. I have played with CCAN for years and years and years and years, and it is completely borked on my computer. And I've tried completely uninstalling it and trying to erase all forms of its existence, and it doesn't seem to want to go away. The problem, I cannot start CCAN, which is really annoying. So any mods I have, I do have to install manually. That's that little bit of fuel barge debris. We'll just pick that up too. Other than that, I think everything else is fine. So we'll leave here. All right. All right, let's get our Kerbals. This time we got a rainstorm going anyway, but let's get ourselves to sunrise. Okay. My issue with CCAN is it simply will not boot up. Period. It doesn't. I can't even say it crashes. It doesn't even start. And I've tried everything, and I gave up on it a long time ago. I think I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, because like I said, I've uninstalled and reinstalled CCAN, and that didn't seem to make any difference. Okay, I'm going to put 2 of these antennas on because of the problem that I had. Save that. Then we're going to bring up our, what did I call this thing? The Gemini. It's called the Gemini because it holds 3 Kerbals. I mean, what would you call it? So this is my crew go to orbit vehicle for bringing crew up to orbit. And what I want to do with this is do the same thing. Put 2. Oh, is there 2 antennas on? There are 2 antennas on it. Good, good, good. Okay, I must have thought about that at some point in the past. So now we just got to pick our crew, and our crew has to be a pilot and a scientist. So let's see. Let's pick our scientist first. So we have Roland, who has only orbited Kerbin. I'm looking at the one that will get the most benefit out of it. Lemet has planted a flag on Mimas. Lucky Lemet. And then my only other scientist is Bob, who has planted a flag on the moon. So, Roland, you are our scientist. We are picking somebody up along the way, so that's why I'm going to stick with just 2 people in here. And now I need a pilot. Valentina has orbited the moon, and in fact, that's all she is going to do, because only the scientist is going to go down the lander. We have Deluxe, who has planted a flag on the moon. Oh my gosh, do I have only 2 pilots? I have only 2 pilots. I have only 2 pilots. Okay, so I guess it's Valentina. Alright, so there's our crew right there. I guess that's it. Let's save this. Let's launch. Any advice on early KSP? I'm being asked. My advice is to really get an understanding of how, especially if you're playing a career game or even a science game, really understand how the science works. The biggest complaint I get, or biggest comment I get from people just starting out with KSP is they're having trouble just collecting science. So I do have a video out there. Unfortunately, I can't find it for you right now, but there's a lot of science to sort of get you started. And also, I would say, keep yourself under some control. Like, don't expect to build a moon vessel right off the bat when you're first getting started in KSP. Like, just make a successful flight, come down to the surface, then try to get into space, you know, that kind of a thing. Little steps as you go. But the big thing is getting a good understanding how the science works, I think. And then that really is what sets you on your way. Okay, we have to find ourselves a Kerbal to rescue. And we have in orbit, other than our station, there we go. We have DrJekl. And this is DrJekl Scrap. DrJekl, of course, is named after, as is Roland, one of the people that directly support this channel, either through Patreon or through YouTube, is one of the very tiny things that I do to kind of help them out. Now, DrJekl is in a pretty low orbit, only 80 kilometers. 75 by 86, in fact. So what we'll do is we'll launch ourselves a little bit ahead of him. So we're going to, or it might be a her. I have no idea. Hopefully it's a pilot. Another piece of advice in the early game is once you start getting those tourist contracts, take advantage of them. They're a great way to make money early on. And start unlocking some of the buildings. All right, so, yeah, let's go for it here. It's probably a little early, but maybe a little further. Okay, so we're going to go up to about a 100-kilometer orbit, and then we'll come back down and meet him. Is going to be the plan. Okay, otherwise, this is go. This is go. I have locked a prograde now because I got Valentina aboard. Let's do this. I haven't flown this guy in a little while. So hopefully everything will be good and nominal. Okay, and go. We're off. So we're going to pick up DrJekl. And then we're going to head on to the station. We're going to transfer everybody aboard the Cerberus. And we're going to head out to the moon. With eventually the plan being, not sure this is going to happen today, but eventually the plan, well, maybe. I think so. We'll get Roland onto the surface. That's the eventual plan. Okay. Daytime through the clouds. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Probably falling over a little quickly, so I'm just going to block it there for a little bit. Definitely falling over too quickly. With that, I do like this little vessel. People make fun of me because I put the escape towers on it, which really isn't, well, if you're not allowed to do reverts, it might prove itself necessary. I don't know. I like to give, even when I'm playing in games where I do reverts, I like to give my Kerbals some means of escape, some means of aborting, getting out of their situation. Reducing throttle. Well, you're very welcome. Is it J-Trade? I'm glad the tutorials help so many people. All right. So far, going without incident, that's obviously always a good thing. We are, now do I have to, I do have to, I think I have to stage the fairing. The ship is inside the fairing entirely, is it not? There's no decoupler here. It is, so I have to stage the fairing before I stage the vessel. Good thing to keep in mind. I'm assuming that's again on the gear action group. I'm not 100% sure. We're about to find out. Alright, so let's stage that fairing. And then get ready to stage our vessel. Why are there those doors open? Close. Probably. Not sure if they would have affected the aerodynamics under the fairing or not. Ooh, this should technically be the Gemini 3 now, I think. Oh well. I'd forgotten that that decal was on there. Do you know if the mood of the Kerbal has any influence on them? No, it does not. The only thing it influences on them is the facial expressions that come up here. As far as how Kerbals perform, it makes no difference. Now, I forgot, do I have all kinds of equipment on this, or did I think to take it off? I did think to take it off. Good. So I am not carrying up unnecessary equipment. That's good. There's a lot of stuff already on the station. Alright, I'm just going to let this build until my apoapsis gets up to 80. Which should happen pretty soon. Look at all the thunderstorms down there below us. Sure, that's what you see with all those thunderheads. Okay. Okay, now open that up. That turned on lights. That turned on antennas. Okay. Good, good. Okay, again, I'm almost at 40 kilometers on my periapsis, so this won't take too much. It's so nice having the lock to prograde, though. Okay. Oh, wait, I was going for 100. I forgot. 100-kilometer orbit. Dopehead. Oh, boy. I forgot I wanted to get into a higher orbit. Where's the sun? Okay. Orient that for solar panel purpose. Where is our target here? Oh dear. Okay, let's. I'm worried by the time I get to this apoapsis way over here that I'm already going to be behind him. Hard to tell. That's the target. That's us. No, I mean we're already going to be ahead of them. Wait, we are ahead of them. This is excuse me. This is us. I think I'm okay. I think if I circularize here, I just want to make sure I haven't botched this rendezvous. And then no, I have not. Right? No, that's getting closer. Yes. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I was just a little worried. Delete that one too. Why won't it let me delete that? Delete. Okay. I was a little worried by the time I got to here, we will have DrJekl will have already caught up to us, but that's not going to be the case, so we're safe to get over there. Circularize and then set up our rendezvous. The whole idea is to be in a higher orbit. Let's put this onto prograde so that we're going slower so that DrJekl has a chance to catch up to us. That's the idea. I just didn't do it in the most time efficient way because I forgot momentarily what I was doing. Okay, so this is just to get it to be 100 by 100. And then we'll set up our drift. Good enough. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You are very welcome there, Macaroni. Okay. Or Macaroni Theories. All right, let's get this rendezvous going. I always wish they put these rendezvous. It's so funny with the rendezvous. They either put the Kerbals in like this really low orbit, like, you know, between 70 and 80 kilometers, or they put them way out here, like poor old De Born out here. It's which we'll have to do on another day. I wish there was a little bit more variety in the orbits that they chose. I'm not sure why they always make it such a low orbit. Is that making it better or worse? That's making it better. Probably give it a little more prograde too. Oh wait, not prograde, retrograde, dope. We're going the other way. Where is... There. It's funny how you get used to... I'm so used to coming up from below that suddenly when I'm coming up, dropping down from above... Come on, there we go. Let's give a little bit more time scale here. 5 seconds. Suddenly I get like myself all mixed up. Ooh, 0.8. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's get it so we have only one intersect again. Backwards now. Just get this done. Oh, his orbit's reasonably elliptical. That's what's making this so annoying. That's exactly right. You know what? I saw 1.4. I'm just going to go for it. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep playing. Okay, 1.1. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it! Stop it! Okay, where are we here? We are... That's only a 1 second burn, so we'll definitely turn down this throttle a lot. And that's 18 minutes away. Alright, you go watch some more of the tutorials. I would recommend... I have 2 sets of tutorials. There's the one the algorithm likes is called the Beginner's Guide, but the one that's more up to date and I think better is the Contract Guide. But I would watch the Contract Guide rather than the... But that's just me. I guess everybody's a little different on that front. It's a retrograde burn, dummy dummy. Retrograde, don't you know? We'll try and finish this off with little RCS pulses. Oh, that's about it. 1.15-ish. And we'll be there in a little under 17 minutes. Again, is it Keegan there? My CCAN is flat out not working. Unless you're sending me links on how to fix it, but I was trying for a while. If I could figure out how to fix it, that would be great. And if you got links and you want to post them to the Discord, just simply post them to the Discord. There's even a place there specifically devoted to discussions about what goes on in the streams and the videos. So that would be the easiest way, just to post a link. But if it's a link to something in CCAN, I'm afraid... What am I doing again? Lost track of what I'm doing. I'm almost at my target, aren't I? Sorry. What am I doing? I lost track of what I was doing in that conversation. Yeah, where's our target? Sorry, I gotta slow down. What's going on? Did I lose my target? Sorry, I'm very confused. I'm just slowing down relative to the target. Where's my target? F4. What? I don't know what's happening right now. I don't see more. There's two ships here. Okay. There's DrJekl's scrap. I'm supposed to be pointing... Okay. I'm way off. Oh my gosh. That's what happens when I get too conversationally. Not that I should blame the conversation. I should blame my inability to walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay. Alright, where is it? And F4 again. There we go. Okay. It's all good. Your CCAN problem is a known issue called Windows. That's very possible, yes. That is indeed entirely very possible. Okay, we are still 5 minutes away. So let's see if we can expedite this a little bit. That was sad. All right. Suddenly got just talking and time warping and went, oh my god, I'm actually really close. Maybe I should pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, so this is DrJekl. I would love DrJekl to be a pilot. My second choice would be a scientist, but with the luck I've been having in this series so far, almost all my rescues have been engineers. I have so many engineers. At least now we're closing in. So just sort of missing deliberately by about 4 meters, just so that we don't crash right into them, hopefully. That's never a good look. And he is in, or she, a Mark 1 capsule, it certainly looks like. part job here. Okay, zero this out. Actually, I do have RCS. I'll also use it. Okay. That is on, that is on. Let's turn the crew cabin towards them. And see who we got here. So, DrJekl is a scientist. So, choice number 2. Preferred a pilot, got a scientist. That's just the way life is sometimes. Okay, let's get her aboard. Alright, and put this onto the normal vector again. Those solar panels. Okay. Where is our space station? That is our next target. So our space station is coming up here behind us. No, that's not true. We are in the lower orbit, so the space station is going slower than us, so we're gonna... Okay, it's gonna take a little while to catch up to the station. That's okay. That's what time warping's for. So, popping ahead orbits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a little backwards in time. So forwards in time. No, backwards in time. Ooh, I saw a 0.2. But with a lot of too much. No, 0.8's not bad. I saw a 0.2, and I think I'm probably going to just live with that. That's nice encounter right there. Okay, but unfortunately that burn's not coming up for over 5 hours. So we're just going to go to here. We're going to put this into... okay, this is going to be the seizure warning because I'm going to warp to this and it's going to go pretty quickly. So cover your eyes if you need to. Oh, it's not... Okay, that's not that fast. I thought it was going to time warp faster than that. Now, another game that I've been playing, and a lot of people caught this because it was a pretty popular stream last Thursday, is the Space Sim Re-Entry, and I am so enjoying it. Right, it's a pro-grade burn I gotta make. Fooling around a lot with some Mercury missions last week. If you didn't get the chance to catch that, the stream, of course, is still there, and I plan on going back to it this Thursday coming up. And been playing a lot of it over the weekend and learning a lot more. Hopefully I won't be making as much of a kibosh of the whole thing as I did last time. All right, we're coming close to our burn here. Put this on rendezvous. I love rendezvousing. I love rendezvousing and docking. It's like one of my favorite things. I could honestly like spend the whole game just doing this all the time. All right, a little bit of RCS here at the end. Oh, I saw 459.60. That's fine. Hardcore. I'm being asked, what does hardcore mean? The YouTube algorithm finally fed you this stream, did it? What I'm doing is playing it on hard mode, which means, amongst other things, but no quick saves, no reverts. And I also lowered the science rewards to 30% normal. So that's what I'm calling hardcore mode. Veos was doing a series where he was doing it at 10%. And I tried that and it is so slow that I didn't like it. Oh wait, target. Target's up there. So right now we're bringing this into the station. And then we're going to head to the moon with these three. We just picked up DrJekl, but DrJekl signed on for more than what she was expecting. And is actually going to be our second pilot going to the moon. So Valentina now has herself a co-pilot. Whoops, they can have themselves a nice girl time while Roland goes down to the surface. This is all girl time up here, isn't it? Looking at it now. How to drive a repaired Minmus rovers. Rovers on Minmus can be a real pain. If you have reaction wheels on them, my advice here, I'll show it in a second because there are some, reaction wheels. Sorry, I'll get to it in a sec. Let me slow this guy down enough and I'll show you what I mean on this ship. Do a little bit of a rover thing, but right now we're coming in quick. There is a probe body in here. If you click on the probe body and the reaction wheels, both have reaction wheels in them, change reaction wheels to SAS only. And what that means is that the reaction wheels won't continually try to adjust the attitude of your... I'm realizing I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. This way. I don't know. This way. Here we go. Sorry, I do have to pay attention to it. But on low gravity worlds like Minmus, what gets to be a problem is with rovers, is as you push WASD, the reaction wheels are trying to adjust the attitude of the rover, trying to make it pitch forward or pitch back or yaw or roll or whatever. And if you turn it to SAS only, that just turns all that stuff off. And that will immediately, I think, that's the first thing I would do with my rover. But yeah, Minmus can be kind of floaty. No doubt about that. All right, coming in for a docking. Oh, I got to do the control from here. And I got to set that as a target. Come on, click it. Get it, get it, get it, you stinker. Don't make me come over there. Oh, I had it. You dope. Why is it not... There. And then back. Set as a target. Okay. I'm off by a lot. No, north, 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 this way. Here we go. A little bit too slow relative to the target there. shut down this engine. This is going to be docked here for a little while, so I might as well keep that off. Get on there. Get on there. There you go. Alright, so docking complete, so we'll transfer over our crew. Here we are. So Valentina and Roland will go into the command capsule part of it, and I'm sorry there, DrJekl, maybe you should have, but whatever. One of them has to go into the sort of passenger compartment. Now, okay, this is all fueled and ready to go, or at least it sure should be. And we're going to make ourselves over to the moon. Now, one thing that is going to be an issue, let's set the moon as a target, and actually let's get off all other crafts, we don't need to see them, is we are trying to rendezvous with a lander that is in orbit about the moon, so that we can get Roland down there on the surface. And that means we're going to need to match this plane of this orbit. And I'm looking at it going, this looks like a really bad situation. So what I want to do is, what is that green? Oh, those are communication lines. Let's turn those off. There we go. I don't know why I was having trouble with that. Okay, let's see how this works out. Maybe it'll work out okay. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm going. Let's go now. Let's detach and go right now. So I was worried, but there's such a small angle. I mean, technically I should maybe wait, but you know what? Let's do it. We're in a good spot. So we are going to undock. I was just getting a feel for how long I have to wait, but how long I have to wait is I don't have to wait at all. So I'm going to clicking on the wrong docking port, which always happens. Undock. There we go. SAS on. And this guy should be completely fueled up. Okay, let's try this again. Maneuver, there we go. Actually, if I go another orbit, I think it'll be better. Let's pop ahead in orbit. Try that again. That's like perfect. Oh my gosh. I couldn't have timed that out even any better than that. Wowzers. And our target, of course, is this. I'll set that as the actual target. But now you can see we only have a plane difference of what? No, 26. It's all messed up. That's not right. That'll make more sense when we're there. Let's just do this burn. Excelente. Excelente. Okay. That burn is coming up in... Is this on? Should activate that engine. In 1 hour and 4 minutes. Now, actually, what I can do, if I come back, I can do a little bit of a demonstration of this one. There we go. Let's put the station back. If I time warp, I think I gotta go around once. and then come. But if I'm going to time warp till I'm opposite the burn. We'll do a little bit of an avoidance maneuver. Yeah. I'll show you what an avoidance maneuver is. It's not entirely necessary. I think once I've done this where I executed a burn with something close by and just literally drove right into my boom. So you go to, you are on the other side of the orbit, and then you put yourself onto the maneuver node, which here should be retrograde. Pretty darn close to it. And then where's the station? The station should still be pretty close by. There it is. So then what I do is just give myself a little bit of a push in that direction. It doesn't have to be much. That's more than enough what I just did. And now we'll be guaranteed, at least unless I have this completely backwards, which is possible, we should be thrusting away from the station when we go to do the burn. Well, let's find out what happens. See, and then the station falls behind us. Nope, that makes perfect sense. Right. Because we burned retrograde, we lowered our orbit, and that caused us to go a little bit faster, so now the station is behind us, and we don't have to worry about crashing into the station. That was the idea. I don't know if I explained that very well, but you can see it worked. Right? We don't... Station's behind us, I don't have to worry about driving into it. That was the whole idea. Looking at the time of the stream, I do not think we'll be getting rolling down to the surface. But by the same token, we'll at least have these folks heading off towards the moon. Oh, nice. Here, just a sec. I was looking at the chat, but I should probably just really do this. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. And like I said, about a minute and a half. Oh, I just saw a KOS, or a comment there from Oliver. Wrote a KOS script to shut down all the engines after docking. Really saved them at time. That's a nice, handy little script. So it knows when it's docking, and it'll just automatically shut down the engines. Nice. Alright, so now... Yeah, when it's one of those... rovers on Minmus can be a bit of a pain. I'm still seeing there with Sambuca. A lot of people like to put a little bit of RCS on the rover. And you can use that. In fact, I've built rovers where I really wanted to go fast. I built RCS thrusters on top of the... Like, pushing down, you know what I mean? Like thrusting up so it pushes the rover down into the ground. So I could really get some traction and really go. But, yeah, rovers on Minmus are finicky, to say the least. I've had my share of adventures with them, for sure. Alright, we are on our way. With a very, very fortuitous... Uh-oh. Can I get my target onto the moon before all this happens here? Don't be like this. Okay, I'm gonna have to just what do we got to do? Tab. Just having trouble clicking on the moon. What am I doing? Stop it. You're such a ding dong sometimes. Go to here. Why do you not want to? There. That's all I want. Is that so hard? Noticing the maneuver. Oh, because I did the RCS thing. That's why the maneuver changed. Yep. That's not a problem. We'll just burn until we get what we want. Here it comes. And I can even use a little RCS to get that. There we go. Okay. And now I need to do... whatever. Now I gotta have to pay attention with which way around this is going. So we'll set this as a target. because you can see here it's coming around below the moon and then up, so that means our incoming trajectory has to be to the south of the moon. If you go the wrong way, you will be 180 degrees out of phase. So always be aware of that if you're going to do a rendezvous, especially a polar rendezvous. It's really easy to go the wrong way. And you can tell by simply looking at your descending or ascending node and looking at that relative inclination. Mine's close to 1 degree, like close to 0. If it's close to 0, you're doing it right. If it's close to 180 degrees, then you are doing it wrong. So watch out for that. It's really easy. But whenever I say things that's a really easy mistake to make, that's pretty much me saying I have done that probably more than once. Okay, let's just look at this and see if I can get this to be, where is, oh, no, the other way. Oh, I think I was pretty close to the right spot anyway, so. All right, and we just want that PE just to be, don't need to see it, just to be touching our orbit here. Oh, whoa, why are we, how's that so far off? I didn't realize that. Play a little bit with the retrograde. Might have overcooked that burn just a little bit. Not a problem. A retrograde should bring that the right direction. There we go. And basically, if you see like this DN and this guy all around the same spot, then you're in the right spot. Maybe a little bit more normal. There. When you see all of those 3 icons on the right spot, that means the PE is right crossing that node. Like crossing the orbit right there. That's perfect. Okay. Let's just give ourselves a little less thrust. And a little more thinking about solar panels. Oh, the solar panels are all around. I thought the solar panels are inside here. Okay, as long as I'm on the normal vector, I'm fine. That's all I need. The tallest mountain on the moon is 7 kilometers. Okay, so just don't go lower than that when you're in your orbit. My orbit's not that low, right? Oh, maybe you saw one. Okay, I think it's okay now. I didn't look at the PE. Better be. Better be. Alright, we'll look at it from here. What is my PE at? 15 kilometers. It's fine. I think that's probably in reference to when I had it much lower, but I had no intention of leaving it there. Okay, let's just do this. So, yep. No rush. We'll take our time. Back on the maneuver there. And we'll finish this off with a little bit of RCS. A few puffs here. It's just great just for that fine maneuvering. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Everything looks groovy. Okay, we're on our way. Here. Where is it? Where are you, moon? There he comes. There comes the moon. Now, I am kind of curious. I've been forgetting about this all the way along. Radially out seems to be a happier alignment. Nope, maybe radially inwards? I don't know, whatever. Science. I've been so not doing science that I just want to look at, like, is there any... Oh, come on, I have to have done a crew report. I've done a crew report here. Come on. Yeah, you're on crack. But what I'm looking at... Here, let's close this. This one. If I look at the EVA experiment, oh, they're not even listed here. Did I bring out an EVA experiment with me? I don't think I did. Where's my crew? Okay, never mind. I didn't bring one. I brought a repair kit. Why did I bring a repair kit and I didn't bring the EVA experiment kit? I think I've done it here. That's what I was checking. I just think I'm doing a very... What's the... Isn't it called the EVA experiment? Oh, it must be called something else. Okay, those are all crew reports. EVA reports. Oh, only show experiments what's available on this vessel. Show experiments available right now. Show all unlocked experiments. There we go. I'm just curious about the EVA. Damn it, if I just actually... EVA experiment. Hey, never mind. I'm spending too much time with this. Won't worry about it till we're docked. Nothing to do right now. That's all that matters. It's the EVA science kit. Yeah, but what's the experiment called? EVA science. Whatever. I'm stopping. Let's just do the rendezvous. Get this done. Cargo. I don't have the thing with me anyway, so I don't know why I'm... There should be one aboard here. I think I scienced it up, but that was a few weeks ago. So now I'm worried. No, it was just last week, for goodness sakes. Okay. Gonna get our capture and set up the rendezvous. That's what this is all about. So the thing to do here is you want to put yourself into an orbit. So after doing one orbit, you end up coming around and meeting your target. Now notice as I'm going retrograde that these markers, the encounter indicators, are not moving. That just means I need to go forward in time. So put this on 1 second jumps and just go forward until you see them jump. Like that. And now as I do this, they should go round and round and round. Yep. And you want to get as low an orbit you can, but still have these things matching. So I'm too low right now. So about there. That's how you do a rendezvous in this sort of situation. Oh, I saw 0.1 kilometer. I'm very happy with that. Alrighty, so I'm looking at that, and you know what? I'm also looking at the time of the stream. Where's the moon coming up here? And I'm thinking, you know what I think I'll do? Let's just do this burn, and then I think I'm going to end up calling this one for today. So let's get 58 second. Wow. There we go. That makes more sense. And we'll rendezvous with that lander. And, boy, I have it on funny auto. There we go. Get the Cerberus, so the Cerberus is right side up. We should be able, we got the Earth over there, or Earth, Kerbin. Looking very good. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. You know, I can just lock this onto here. And again, I can fine-tune this just by looking at the encounter. I see 210 meters over there. Looking right here. We'll see if we can do a little RCS. Oh, that went the wrong way. Okay, 96 meters. Every little touch is doing a little bit too much. So let's get this so that we're at least pointing upwards. Looks like we're in control. All right, so that is going to be that. We're going to be meeting up with our lander in about an hour and 10 minutes, and then we're going to transfer over Roland. The lander should have all of our science equipment on it. But I'm thinking, looking at the time of the stream, that that's going to have to all be for next week. So in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, and as always, a very special thank you to those that support this channel directly by Patreon membership or YouTube membership, as well as all of those that support this channel just by subscribing and liking and commenting and all of that kind of stuff. Have yourself a fantastic week. Don't forget, on Thursday, I'm going to be going into Reentry once again. That is a real life, it's a spaceship simulator that's intended to be simulating real life. We'll see how I do, but in the meantime, have yourself a fantastic time, and we'll see you all later. Bye, everybody.